17 or 18. So Jackson starts out on offense way back at its 18 against a defense, Rick, that has been extremely stingy, allowing just 4.5 points per game. And they have really done the job this year, as they did last year. Against the run, they're allowing 79 yards a game. Against the pass, just 27 yards a game.
Well, you know, I think you win championships with defense, Lee, and they've got a good place to start, Blount does.
All right, on first down, Crum to pass. Throwing long and deep, and it's going to be intercepted. Shades of last year at the 40-yard line. Blount has it back over on the far sideline. You guessed it, Larry Casher comes away with the ball, the 5'11" senior, with his 9th, make it his 7th interception this year. He had 8 last year. They had 6. They had 6 against Crum last season in the playoff game. And on the first play, Crum throws long and gets beat by Casher. It's at the 41.
Well, Lee, you're not going to throw the ball deep on Larry Casher. He's just too good of a football player and got too good a speed. And that time, the quarterback Crum underthrew the ball on the fly pattern, and Cashiers was there to intercept the ball, and he got hit pretty doggone hard after he intercepted it.
Yeah, over on the Aggie sideline, too. First down, 10, Blount at the Aggie 41. Morissette straight ahead, 40. Morissette still on his feet, plows his way down to about the 35-yard line. So he picked up 6, and Lev Holly, 6'2" junior, getting the start because they have an injury to Bill Caves, senior linebacker.
Well, every time Blount's run the football lead, they've had success. They've run the lead twice, and they've gained 6 yards the first time and 7 yards the second time. I don't think Jackson can stop them running the football, and I imagine that's what Coach Harris and his staff will continue to do.
They're wearing purple, and they're a very intimidating team. Blount, 2nd down and 4. Play action, James, too long. Well, he's been misfiring, trying to hit Miller at about the 20. Passes have either been too long or too short.
Well, he wasn't even close that time. That was a little bit, you're right, you're exactly right. He's either too long or too short. And that time he just overthrew the receiver, trying to run a quick slant across the middle.
7:21 to go, first quarter. This Comcast Cable High School football game brought to you by Coca-Cola. 3rd down. And 4, Lee Cervani and Rick Cleveland up here at the Pritchard Municipal Stadium press box. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the right. Back to pass, James with time. Line gives him lots of time, throws to the left, too high again. Over the head of Mike Miller at the 20-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down. 4th down. And 4th and 4. And I want to say a big welcome to our listeners on WKSJ AM. We had some technical problems. They're cleared up. We're in the first quarter. You haven't missed anything. Blount will punt for the 2nd time. DeAndre Green back at midfield. 2nd time Blount's had the football. 2nd time they've had to punt the football. DeAndre Green gets a low snap. It bounces in front of him, picks it up, and a high, short kick. This is what he wanted. It'll hit. Well, he didn't want this. It goes in the end zone. He wanted to keep it inside the 10, Rick. A little too much kick behind it. Comes out to the 20. First down, Aggies.
Well, he got a low snap from the center that time, and he did a good job not going down on the knee. You know, 2 or 3 times this year we've seen a low snap end up in a punter going down on his knee. Did a good job getting the punt off. Jackson's got the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
All right, the last time they had it for 1 play, and Crum threw an interception trying to go deep on Blount, which is not many teams can do, if any.
No, you got to go right at Blount, Lee. You don't have a chance trying to beat them deep.
Davis and Martin are the running backs. They'll give it to Davis, and he is hit as he crosses the 21 to about the 22. Only about a yard or 2 pickup. Damon Freisen, 5'10" senior, made the tackle. Picked up about 3 yards, 2nd down and 7.
Well, Danny Hayes in the pass. Of course, we got a penalty here. We got illegal procedure on Jackson. That's going to move them back, make it a 1st and 15. But Lee, Danny Jackson comes from an option-type background. When he was at Auburn High School, they ran an option. Where he was in Virginia, they were an option team. Now he's gone to more of a spread offense and more like the West Coast offense, they call it on TV, and more like the Blount offense, as we call it. But he has an option background, so we may see some of that like we just did on 1st down.
2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. They have a single setback on 1st down and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. And the quarterback, Crum, will give it up the middle to Brad Davis. He spun around at the 15, and there was a fumble on the play, and Blount has come away with another turnover inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7-yard line. Blount capitalizing again on a turnover, and that time it was Wiley who picked up the fumble and kind of rumbled down to about the 7, and the Leopards defense has done it again. The second turnover, they're inside the 10.
Well, Lee, the reason that fumble occurred was because of Marco McNeil. As soon as that little fullback tried to, or the single back tried to run that little trap in there, Marco McNeil hugged the football, pulled it away from him, and then it was picked up by Mike Wiley.
Brad Davis tried to run that ball up the middle. First down 10, actually first and goal at the 7. Marset straight ahead to the 5. Touchdown Blount. 6 points for Blount. Almost untouched, Rick. That offensive line is doing the job.
Well, they've been doing it the whole time, Lee, and from up here I can see Blount can run the football at Jackson, and Jackson cannot stop him with that 5-3. And then when they get in the passing situation, the 4-3, Blount can run the football all night, and I don't think Jackson can stop him.
Antoine Hill, who has tried just one field goal this year, the winning three-pointer against Viger. He's been working hard. He comes in to kick now. 6:47 to go first quarter. Blount on top by a score of 6-0. Antoine Hill will try the PAT. Morset, a 7-yard run. Movement on the line. Flags are down.
You know, Lee, this ought to be a piece of cake for Antoine Hill after that field goal against Viger.
Well, remember prior to that, in a game that we broadcast against LaFleur right here,
right,
the problems he had in just converting a PAT. The referee, and this crew is from Montgomery. Well, that didn't take long to capitalize, did they? Just one play, 7 yards. You just can't give the ball up to Blount. They gave it up 9 times last year, already twice in the first quarter.
You can't do that against Blount and have any kind of chance to win.
Hill again waiting. Here's the kick. And it is good after the penalty. 7-0 is the score. Blount after the Hill PAT. This Comcast Cable, Gulf Coast Radio Network High School Football Game of the Week will return in 30 seconds. That penalty prior to the PAT was offsides against Jackson, and waiting for the kickoff. Blount kicking off and leading 7-0. Downfield to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be run back by Marche Jones. Good run back to about the 26-yard line. Marche Jones, he's a speedster. And he had a touchdown run of 65 yards for a touchdown on a punt return. Darrell Williams was brought down. He was the one who tackled Marche Jones. Lamont Fison kicked off. First down 10 for Jackson. They've had the ball twice and turned it over twice. Fumble and an interception.
Lee Jackson, the first thing Jackson's got to do, Lee, is they've got to get in a situation where they can punt the ball. That means they've kept it for 3 downs.
Out of the eye, 2 wideouts to the near side. Quarterback Crum pitches to the left. Nothing doing there. To the right, I should say, as Darrell Williams easily taking care of Cyrus Jones. They stripped away his blocking. Cyrus tried the right side, and he went nowhere.
Well, they tried to run the tall sweep that time. They tried to run it around their right side, Blount's left side. And as soon as they did, Darrell Williams came flying upfield just as he's supposed to do, broke down, and hit the tailback right in the mouth, Lee. And you know, it's almost impossible to run the sweep against Blount.
3-yard loss, 2nd and 13. They haven't mounted anything on offense yet. Crum at quarterback, 2nd-year starter. The tailback has hit at the line, and down he goes. Cyrus Jones again feeling the heat of the Leopard defense. Gain nothing. 3rd down and 13. And DeMarco McNeil, what an outstanding prospect he is. 6'1", about 285 pounds, a sophomore. Every time we see him, Rick, he gets better and better.
Well, he does, Lee. And my son Clay happened to see some film of them in Viger. And he said, Daddy, he's a 10th grader just like I am. He said, I hope I don't ever have to play against him. And I understand that, because he is a big-time player.
3rd and 13 for the Aggies. They're in trouble now. Crum will keep and go down for another loss. The quarterback tried the left side. Robert Malone, who has 11 sacks this year. That is not a sack. He just caught him trying to run the ball to the left side. And they went out meekly that time, Rick. They'll punt it, but they lost yardage.
But they're getting better, Lee. They're getting better now. They get it for 3 downs, and that's good. That's positive. They didn't turn the ball over. Now they can grow from that. Lee, the defensive front from Blount is so impressive. They're getting so much penetration.
The kicker is Dwayne Dorman, averaging just over 30 yards a punt. Good snap, not much of a rush, wobbly kick, near midfield, will hit and picked up by Kennard Pugh, gives ground back to the 37, and he's going down, and there's a flag.
There's a clip. Well, you know, that's just that's an aggressive mistake. Larry Casher's right there trying to come back and help, and he got his helmet on the backside of the Jackson player, and they called him for a clip. Good call by the official. It was probably a clip, and I'm sure Coach Harrison and his crew will go over that when they watch the film this week.
John Hunt was there on the tackle of Kennard Pugh, who lost yardage to begin with, as that ball hit at midfield, and now it's coming all the way back, but at least it gives Jackson some hope as they pin Blount maybe back at the 24-yard line instead of starting out around midfield.
Well, you look at it one way, and then you look at it, it gives Blount a little bit more room to throw the football.
4:41 remaining. First quarter, I'm Lee Cervini and Rick Cleveland working the broadcast. Becky Camp, our engineer producer. First down and 10 for Blount out of the eye. Morissette runs right, tripped up in the backfield, a loss of maybe 2. Nice play by Clifford Dubose, a 5'11 junior wearing number 54.
Well, he did a good job that time. Clifford Dubose got some penetration there against the Blount offensive line. They tried to run the lead again back in there, and it just wasn't there. Dubose was there to make the play. That brings up a 2nd 11. First time I think Blount's had second more than 10 in quite some time.
They make changes in their offense. Lott checks out the fullback. DeAndre Green and Marlon Reed, 2 great receivers to the left, 2 others to the right. On 2nd and 11, a draw. Morissette back at the 18, 20, slips by a tackler, slips by another one to the 25, and finally stopped at the 25-yard line. He must have gained about 8 or 9 yards laterally. Richard Phillips finally brought him down after he sidestepped about 3 tacklers.
Well, they got in double slot, twins to both sides, and they tried to run the sprint draw lead, and that's a good formation to get in when Jackson gets in this 4-3, because it makes them change their defensive their secondary up.
The Aggie marching band will be performing at the half. Then the Blount marching band. 3rd down and 8 after a 3-yard pickup. Shotgun, flag goes down instead. Is that a delay of game? Clock says 6 seconds. They call a delay of game, I believe, on Blount, and yet the 25-second clock showed 6 seconds.
I don't understand that call, Lee.
I don't either. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where that came out of. Is that a correct, was that the indication, delay?
I'll have to look it up.
He wasn't pledging allegiance. He put his hand up near his heart.
Near his heart, Lee. We'll look that up.
3rd down, and instead of 8, illegal what? Illegal substitution. Thanks, Steve, our producer in the Comcast cable truck. James to throw on 3rd and long, incomplete. Tried to hit DeAndre Green up near the 32-yard line. See, Rick, he was a step ahead of us, Steve was tonight.
That's a great job by our people in the truck. Well, they do a great job anyway, Lee.
Of course, they do have, well, let's see now. I don't know if the officials are mic'd tonight. Some of them coming out area don't like to be.
Well, he may be.
It's going to be 4th down. DeAndre Green will punt for the 3rd time in the first quarter. 3:04 remaining. Game brought to you in part by Dairy Fresh, by Spectronics Incorporated. Also by Sanders Highland. Low snap again. Pressure's on. Gets it away. Wobbly. Hits around midfield. Marshae Jones wants no part of it. Goes out of bounds at the Aggie 38-yard line. So the Jackson offense has had the ball 3 times in the first quarter, turned it over twice, and went out meekly on 3 downs.
Well, Jackson's got the only thing you can do against Blount with the type of offense they run is try to run the ball right at them and hit real quick passes. 3-step drop, throw the ball real quick. You're not going to be able to throw the ball deep. You hope you can find a hole somewhere in that defense or a bubble in that defense and try to exploit it.
Tommy Crum is the quarterback. Where's number 1? He's got an I formation behind him. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. They'll run the fullback and a big hole 50. Brad Davis, nice run, 45. Brad Davis to the 41-yard line. Biggest gainer and the first down for Jackson. And Nikedo Durgin Number 22 made the tackle for Blount, but it's a Jackson first down on a nice run by Brad Davis, who's their leading rusher.
Exactly what we just talked about. You got to run right straight at Blount. Hopefully you can find a bubble, and they found a bubble that time right where we call the zero hole, right over the center.
21-yard run. Purnell wears number 2, the wide out to the right. He's also joined by Gordon on the right side, receiver on the left, but they'll run a toss sweep to the left. There's a loose ball. Fumble recovered by DeMond Frison of Blount, and the Leopards defense has another turnover.
Hold on, Lee. The official says it's second down.
Now, wait a minute. Blount didn't get it. It was the running back who fell on it. Right. Cyrus Jones beat him to it. I thought Frison had it. It must have slipped away because it looked like he had it all the way, and Cyrus Jones somehow wrestled it away.
That'd be pretty hard to wrestle it away from DeMond Frison. Lee, what they did that time, still trying to run that triple option, and they tackled the fullback, took the ball away there. Quarterback kept it. He tried to pitch it, and as soon as he pitched it, there was a defensive end right there to hit it from Blount.
Second down, 14. Back at the Blount 45. Crum to pass. Crum looks. Short pass backfield, caught at midfield, and down the near sideline and out of bounds with a jarring tackle at the 39-yard line. Cyrus Jones paid the price. Darrell Williams, their big hitter, leveled him at the 30, make it the 38-yard line. What a hit, though, right into the Blount bench, so he got no sympathy either.
Well, that's a big-time hit right there. That time, Jackson tried to run the takeoff route to the wide receiver. The takeoff man was covered. The back swung out of the backfield on the right side. Crum did a good job throwing it to him, let him out there. He picked up about 6 yards, but he paid the price when Darrell Williams hit him right on the Blount sideline.
Third down and 7 from the Blount 38. Crum takes, back to pass, looks to the right sideline, throws, got his man at the 30, and Marshae Jones tiptoes the sideline and has a first down as he goes out of bounds with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter, and Blount leading 7-0 as Jackson working against the purple people eaters right now and moving the football for the first time right down to the, see, they're going to place it at the 24-yard line, so he gained 14 yards on the completion to Marshae Jones, who picked up the 20th reception of the year.
Well, it must be plugged into our broadcast, Lee, because they're starting to do what we said. They're dropping back, taking 3 steps and throwing the ball real quick, getting their open receivers. That's the only way you can attack Blount.
First down at the Leopard 24. Fake handoff. No, they give it to Davis up the middle, 15 to the 5. Touchdown. Nice fake. Gave it to Davis up the middle. The same play that worked just a moment ago. And he goes 24 yards for the touchdown. Jackson trails 7-6.
Well, Lee, they're just hitting right on the bubble of that even defense of Blount. They're running that fullback right up the middle, and Blount is so quick, they're running right by the ball carrier.
Dorman will try the PAT. He's been successful on 22 out of 28 out of the hold of Marshae Jones, number 15. The kick is up, and it is no good. The kick is no good. It was blocked. Never got it off the ground. It was blocked. Blount maintains its lead 7-6 with 1:21 remaining in the first quarter on the Gulf Coast Radio Network Comcast Cable High School Football Game of the Week, which will continue in 30 seconds. And it almost didn't result in the touchdown. Rick had that fumble. Stayed with Blount when they recovered that fumble, but Frison couldn't hang on to it, and Jones fell on it to keep the drive alive. Otherwise, Blount would have had the ball back. Now we got ourselves a ball game. 7-6 Blount with 1:21 remaining in the first quarter. And let's see if the Jackson defense can respond after that.
Well, a missed extra point really takes a little bit of the momentum away from them.
Dorman's kick high and short. Casher at the 8. Casher running it back, slips and goes down. That's not Casher, that's Marlon Reed, who brings it back to about the 23-yard line. Marlon Reed wearing number 80. And Blount will bring the offense back on the field. They've had a punt 3 times already in the first quarter. We still have 1:15 remaining in the opening period. 7-6 Blount leading.
Well, Lee, I think that's good for Blount. I think it's good that somebody goes down and scores on them. That gets their attention. See how they rise to the occasion. A good football team will take this down and score on it.
Ben Harris may disagree with you, the coach for Blount. High formation, movement on the line, and we get a whistle and a flag, and somebody will get hit with 5 yards here.
I think that's going to be offsides on Jackson, and it is.
It'll be first down and 5. That coaching staff for Jackson, Danny Hayes is the head man. And like I said, most of his staff has really come up through the baseball ranks. Now on first down and 5. And another flag and another 5-yard penalty coming up.
You know, Lee, you talk about Jackson staff. They got a guy on their staff, Speck McCants. Speck's baseball coach over there at Jackson, and he's been coaching forever. He is a heck of a baseball coach and quite a great guy. He had a son that played baseball over at Faulkner State. I was fortunate enough to coach against Coach McCants when we were at Robertsdale. And boy, he is some kind of baseball coach and an even better human being. 5
yards against Jackson. That's as easy a first down as you'll get. 2 5-yard penalties. First down 10 from the 32. Straight ahead run, Morissette 35. Morissette up to about the 39-yard line. Picked up about 7 yards before Ken Taylor, 5'10" senior, brought down James Morissette. We'll give him, well, about 6 yards on the carry. Remember, he did not become eligible until the 7th game.
You know, the reason Jackson's just not watching the football.
It's going to be second down. And 4 yards, and here is the running back, the tailback getting the call. The Leoners